What's going on, MSFers? Duelam here, and today I'm going to finally explain silence to you guys because it seems like there's still been a lot of questions around it. We're also going to be talking about the Hellfire Club and my thoughts on the team in general and the plug-in playability and my thoughts about the legendary structure that's been going on. So let's get started. First up, we've got Odin still gets positive effects after Franklin applies silence. I don't understand why Odin can still be buffed on his special after Franklin does his ultimate. Because Odin is clearing silence. So if you go here, we're in the Marvel Strike Force homepage here. You go to game, and then you can go to effects here. And then what you could do, you could scroll on down here, and then silence has been added to this. So you can look at any of the negative effects in game and you can actually see like when they expire. So it like expires end of turn, like minor regeneration expires on the start of turn. I think even like trauma or safeguard expires on the start of turn, if I'm not mistaken as well. It expires on the start of turn. So something like on room number 6, technically, if Safeguard is expiring on your turn, you're going to lose all your positive effects in room 6 of Crucible because you're getting that heal, right? So you'd need 2 turns of Safeguard for you to not clear those positive effects. So when it comes to silence, this character cannot apply positive or negative effects and cannot reduce the duration of positive effects. So what this means is it doesn't mean that they can't clear silence. They can't cleanse silence like Emma Frost's special. Doesn't mean you can't clear silence from your team. This also does not mean that you cannot clear negative effects from an enemy. It just, clear positive effects from an enemy. This just means you cannot reduce the duration of positive effects, which means if somebody has Safeguard, Thanos passive won't work to reduce the duration of positive effects, or Silver Sable ultimate, right? But you can still cleanse silence, which is what's happening with Odin here. And I think a lot of people are confused on how that works, but you can cleanse silence and you can still remove positive effects from the enemy. You just can't reduce the duration of positive effects. So make sure you're understanding that so there's a little bit less confusion, because I know a lot of people have been confused about that. So yeah, there's a little bit of an explanation for you. Next up, since Madeline Pryor got a rework, can I bring Madeline into Xavier Global Villain and Global Hero Question? So I brought Madeline Pryor into Global Villain before the rework, and I was able to get it done. So I brought in Hood, Zombie Juggernaut, Madeline, Omega Red Phoenix Force, and Lady Deathstrike. So I was able to get it done with that even before the rework, and I don't care what any of you guys say. I know you're all going to say, you knew about the rework, that's why you built Madeline. I promise you I did not. We found out about this team on Thursday of last week, like the 24th, they told us about this team, and they told us who the reworks were. And my first reaction was, not a damn soul is going to believe that I didn't know this information. And everybody started laughing, and it is what it is. So, yeah, you could definitely bring Madeline in. She is mutant gear. I would advise against bringing Apocalypse because he's also mutant gear, and he is 5 pieces. He's super, super expensive. So I would absolutely not bring APOC at all. He also gear tier 20 Songbird during the Odin leaderboard. Can I still use her if I build for Liberty? You can. I don't know about building for Liberty. What I would do is build the 3 new Liberty, build the new Emma Frost, the one from Astral, and then bring in Songbird. I do know Songbird will make it a little bit harder because her ult is very powerful, and they clone your enemies on the boss node, but you can still definitely get it done. I've seen people do it with Songbird, Ancient One, all that kind of stuff. Hell, if I did it with Shield Trooper, you can get it done with Songbird. I promise you. I think you could do it. It's definitely gonna take some resets, but you could pull it off. I believe in you. All right. Next up, I can kind of get behind this idea that the Hellfire Club introduced. The full team was revealed in the strike spots today. Sebastian Shaw, Azazel, Rachel Summers with reworks to OG Emma and Madeline Pryor. Rachel is also going to get the Immortal X-Men tag, and Azazel will get the Accursed tag. I like the ability of being able to slot new tunes into a team to make them better. There's only so much stat kit boost you can do before a team becomes obnoxiously OP, Spider Society. But I was definitely feeling a little underwhelmed with both Crucible teams. These new additions should liven things up. I do agree. I do really like the addition to that, and it is really nice. I wish they would do this more to keep teams in the meta longer. I'm curious if this is going to be their first kind of dipping their toes in the water on doing this, because to my knowledge, this is one of the first times they've done this ever. I wouldn't really count like the Mighty Avengers, Immortal, and all that kind of stuff. Like, this is the first time where they're coming out with a new team, and one of the new members is now applying to an old team from like 6, 7, 8 months ago to make them a little bit better. And what they also said in the video is that teams that Immortal was struggling against before, they will no longer struggle against with Rachel Summers, which is pretty awesome. I think that's really, really cool. Hopefully it's the same thing with Accursed, because we all know I love Accursed. They're great. The only things I have seen some people talk about is Rip Mordo. Super happy I didn't Gear 220 him for Xavier like I considered at one point. I still think Mordo will have some uses, honestly, because he does have a very powerful ultimate. So if we look in game here, his ultimate is still really good. Like, apply 1 bleed for each Accursed ally up to a maximum of 4 to all allies. All those bleeds are insane. Also, if this character has 3 or more Accursed allies, reduce speed bar for all enemies by 30%. Also insane. Really, really, really good. The problem is, though, I don't know if you're really going to drop anybody. The only one I could really see you dropping is maybe Juggernaut, if you just don't need the tank and you want full out damage. But I don't know. That the only thing I can think of is if the defense team stops turn meter, because Juggernaut does a lot with turn meter, and obviously gives fill speed bar when Hellfire gets attacked as well. So maybe he does a lot of stuff with Exhausted as well, though, so this definitely won't be a defense thing. But maybe if you just need full out damage, you're going to drop Juggernaut. But I don't see you dropping Hellfire ever. I don't see you dropping Satana. I maybe you drop Hood too, but Hood is the big, like, I'm stopping pretty much everything, turn meter, speed stat, all that kind of stuff. So I really don't know if that's going to be the case at all. So I think maybe just dropping Juggernaut, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. But I really do love seeing that Azazel's getting the Accursed tag. I really do love seeing that Rachel Summers is getting the Immortal tag. I think that's great. I think that's bringing back some theory crafting as well. And if they can continue doing that, especially for raid teams as well, that normally nobody's really excited for raid teams because they don't really ever do very well outside of raids. Maybe in war a little bit with like Vigilante was doing pretty well. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty happy with this, and I am very excited to see how this is going to play out. What I've also been very, very excited about is Quasar. I think in general, the way they're treating legendaries right now, amazing. Chef's kiss. Awesome. I'm very happy with how they're doing legendaries. Completely free to play to get, completely free to get the red stars. You just got to build up the Harbinger teams, which I know a lot of people have problems with building up Thunderbolts because they are just hot trash everywhere. But I've enjoyed this. I think this is great. I'm okay with them not giving away the Awaken abilities because obviously spenders need their advantage. I know they gave away like the basic for free, but I'm okay with this. I think this is great. And Quasar hits like a freight train on steroids. Like, Quasar is nuts. Like you guys saw in my Crucible video this week, Quasar with Accursed, Quasar was just deleted. It one-shot APOC. 100%, 100 to 0, APOC got one shot. Now, it was an overpowered situation, right? But like, Quasar is insane, and I am very, very happy that they're giving away legendaries for free. I'm very, very proud of them for sticking to that, and it also makes me very happy for Blastar as well, because obviously, Cosmic Crucible character, right? Normally, when we get Cosmic Crucible characters, Cosmic Crucible teams, I'm always sitting there going, all right, the next month is going to be rough. We're not going to have access to this character. We're going to be struggling, but with Blastar, I don't feel that way because of the new legendary structure. I know I'm going to have Blastar at the highest possible level that everybody else is going to have him at. And that is a good feeling. That's a great feeling. And I know it's not always going to be like that with like when Cosmic Crucible teams come out and stuff like that, like with Accursed, Starjammers when they came out. But to have a plug and play character like Blastar be 100% free to play in Crucible, absolutely amazing. Makes me not dread when they do release a Cosmic Crucible character or a Cosmic Crucible legendary. It makes me actually excited. Because in the past, like when Cabal was released, Iron Patriot came out and immediately messed the meta up, right? Because like Iron Patriot just thrown into a villain team was destroying things, one-shotting things we had never one-shot before, right? And I hated Crucible for those 2-3 weeks before he was free to play available. I don't have that feeling now with Blastar, and I think that's awesome. Now all they have to do is make Crucible a little bit more fun, put some impactful room rules, and we'll be back on track with Crucible. Let me know what you guys think about the legendary releases and how you're feeling about Blastar as well. But yeah, that's a lot of information we went over. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.